What is up, guys? Welcome back to Scene Invaders Podcast, episode 407. I am Chad, joined by the usual team. Carly seems to be becoming a really big part of this team, and we like it, man. So, Carly, what's up? How are you tonight?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Always. It's nice to have this beautiful face to look at. I mean, we're fine, but it's nice to have this lovely property value raise.
First of all, no, we're not fine. We are not fine at all.
I think we're fine, guys. It's not that bad.
Faces for radio. Let's not even joke. Yes.
The recording.
Carly, you make this place a lot better looking.
No, oh my God! Stop! No, don't say that shit. I'll be like forever shook all night long, staring at that red thing.
It's all good.
Yeah, this is a very professional podcast, as we know, guys.
Clearly.
And Mr. Brad from Canada, as always, we're happy to see him.
How's it going, eh? I'm glad that we actually hit record because we would have missed some really, really good stuff.
This is facts. Yeah, God, imagine getting through like an hour of this and be like,
fuck.
I'm banging my head, guys.
Imagine. I've done it.
You've been there.
I've done it.
Brad said I've lived it.
Oh, yeah. No, we've killed an hour of great content, and then somebody says, I didn't hit record. And we say, okay. Do we already want to start over? Like, yeah, tomorrow. Good night.
Okay, yeah, right. After that amount of time, for sure.
Yeah. We're just scrapping.
We also have Mr. Coach.
Keeping my socks
also known
on.
as Coach Dave.
You say keeping my socks on. I heard
Keeping my
that.
socks on.
Okay.
Just like Chad. Chad does that too sometimes.
God, we know that.
Just like everybody's favorite Russian husband.
I forgot about that. God, does that make me a boomer, guys? Like,
No.
I have boomer tendencies, and I feel like that's one of them.
Warm feet or comfortable feet. That's
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I just
Hey, you never
when
know
you're
when
in
you
someone
have to
else's
go
crib, you
somewhere
just
else
never know,
either.
man.
Yeah.
I'm just,
You might have to get your shoes on really fast.
I'm sorry. I derailed it, so I will be the one that puts it back on track.
Okay, right. Mr. Coach is here to always keep us on track, guys. But we're going to talk about, of course, what we watched this last week, and then Mr. Coach has a game for us, and I have a feeling there will be bloodshed.
Oh,
so
I'm competitive.
Yeah, stick around for it.
And
I'm not the most competitive person, but tonight I'm finna be competitive, and y'all going down. So get ready for it.
All right.
But tonight we're going to start with Carly. She seemed to have the lightest load of what she watched this week, and we're curious to know what that was.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch a lot. Just really watched Rocky 2, Rocky 3, both great movies. In other movies, I watched Ace Ventura Part 2. Just my husband wanted to watch it last night, so that was kind of funny, especially the whole rhino part. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about.
I definitely know what you're talking about, but I've never seen any of the Ace Ventura movies.
Bumblebee tuna.
Oh no, you need to see it.
I need
the spitball.
Bumblebee
tuna is funny.
Yeah, so that was fun. But I mean, other than that, I did get a chance to watch Dune Prophecy, TV show wise.
Was it prophetic?
I gotta do what?
Yeah, right.
Was it prophetic? I don't know, man. Listen, I'm a normie when it comes to Dune lore. So I don't know a lot about it. My husband is the big fan of the books and knows everything about it, but I'm kind of worried about the show because I mean, I didn't think it was bad, but it just didn't really grab me. There was really no hook, in my opinion. I guess I'll still stick around at least for another few episodes to see if it gets any better. Everybody's great in it, though. I mean, there's nobody that is acting bad. The costumes are great. The sets are great. It's just, it didn't grab me. I was really sad about it.
How does it look in comparison? Okay, yeah. She said, I think it's not casual fan friendly, right?
I can't imagine that like normies, casual fans that really don't know much about it I just really don't feel like there's a lot there. But I could be totally wrong. Maybe people are really going to enjoy it, but I have my reservations so far, but I'm kind of hoping it'll get better.
How does it look like kind of in comparison to the movies, which look spectacular?
I mean, I would say for the most part, the CGI and the sets and the costuming are all pretty good, except for maybe one or two CGI parts are a little iffy. But I mean, overall, I'd say it looks pretty good. I mean, I didn't have any issues with that. It's just really the story and how they laid it out. It just, I don't know. My husband kind of felt the same way. I don't
Oh,
think, yeah, he was. I mean,
and him
like I
being
said,
not necessarily a normie, that's kind of a big statement too.
yeah, it's kind of I kind of wish they had kind of swung a little bit harder for the fences. I feel like
Okay.
they kind of
Too
kind of
too reserved, or
yeah, kind of. I don't know, it's hard to describe because like I said, I'm not a big Dune person, so I don't know if it's just like the books. My husband seemed to think that it kind of wasn't, but
Okay.
it has been several years since he's read them as well. So,
I think it's kind of alarming too when you have something like this that's poised to be this gigantic show, and it doesn't like. I mean, not everything has to leave you with like a cliffhanger, like dying for more. But you would think that at the end of a first
yeah.
episode of something like this, they would want to leave you just like salivating for the next episode and whatever comes next, and maybe anticlimactic is the word
is
for it.
it following the trend of the same actors from the movies to TV to more movies, just expanding the universe, which everyone
Well,
wants to do now?
the Dune prophecy, it takes place about, I guess, roughly 10,000 years before the events
Oh,
of the movie.
Mhm.
So, I
Okay,
mean, it's already like, but it's so weird because in those 10,000 years from the TV show to the current movies, it's like not much has changed. It's very weird.
And it's the same
Um,
family names are still involved.
yeah, and I mean, I'm totally cool with that. That's not an issue, but just like the technology itself, it's
there's been
kind
no
of odd.
advancements.
Yeah, it's like everything just kinda changed. I mean, everything just kinda stayed the same for the most part. There's not a lot of
okay.
technological advances in the past 10,000 years. It was just
Seems a
kinda
little
weird.
strange. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is
But
on
they
Mac,
do
right?
They hit peak technology,
yes.
and then they just stayed.
Yeah. And I mean, it is on Max, and I don't know. I it's really hard for me because Dune is not really one of those, in my opinion, I don't other than the 2 movies that have just come out.
Mhm.
Before that, it's never really made a lot of money, in my
Right?
opinion. You know, I mean, it's never been
No,
like a big, moneymaker type
No,
thing, so I'm
it's
kinda
not like a blockbuster.
surprised. Exactly. So, I mean, I'm interested at least to see where it goes. I
Mhm.
hope it gets better because right now it's just kinda, like
Hmm.
5 out of 10 maybe for the
Okay,
first
wow.
episode.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer
But
because
hopefully it will pick up too.
Yes.
I want
It's
things to
not
do well.
bad, it's just yeah, I do too. I do too. It's just
I read the
kinda,
I read the books and saw all the movies. I kind of avoided the sci-fi shows, but the books were entertaining. Kept my attention, but
Are they a difficult read?
um,
I've heard that they
they
are. I
they're
have not
Look
read
up.
it.
very. If you've read Lord of the Rings, you can read Dune.
Okay, I haven't. So,
I still have not read Lord of the Rings. I
oh, okay.
tried
Okay.
in high school, and it just did not. I'm not smart enough to figure out what things should look like.
Oh, okay.
So if you give me like a cartoon or give me a little sketchbook at the beginning, like this is what an orc looks like. All right,
Mhm.
I'm down with that. This is what an elf does. Okay,
Okay.
give me like a table of contents for dummies kind of thing, and then yeah, I can figure it out. That says a lot of things about my horrible imagination. now that I think
Okay, right. And I mean, it sounds to me like with this show, with there being like a 10,000-year disparity between that and like where we're at in the movies right now, this is like a standalone thing. It doesn't sound like it's really going to cross into the show, I wouldn't, or the
Well, I
movies,
mean,
I imagine.
well, it's kind of talking about those prophecies. I guess it kind of hints at it in the first
Okay.
episode of what is going to happen. But I mean, I don't even know who the main character is after the
Oh,
first episode.
okay.
Hmm.
Like, I don't. I'm assuming that it's supposed to be what's her name? Is it Emily Morton? No, what is that her name? The one who's playing
I don't know.
Harkonnen.
I
Um,
think isn't she from?
I
I know
forgot
her.
what her
I've
name
seen.
is.
I know where
She's in Punch
where I've
Drunk
seen
Love,
her.
isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot what her
her
name
name.
is, but
And she was in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Here it is. Okay.
Was she in the book? I read
Emily
the book.
Watson.
Okay.
I was
Emily
I love
close.
Watson.
Punch Drunk
Okay,
Love.
so
Okay.
so
You also
Emily Watson. So
You have
I would
Mark
assume
Strong.
she's well, he's the emperor.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's supposed to be the main character or if it's supposed to be one of the princess that they're trying to turn into a Bene Gesserit, which is also funny because she's like, I don't know, 20 years old. It's like, why are you starting? It's like, I kind of feel like you're too old to be that now.
They
But
start everybody pretty early.
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Guys, stick with us. This
pushing
might
the
become a
lead,
Dune
yeah.
prophecy hate podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope not. I don't want to hate anything. I don't want to
I
hate
don't want to
on
hate
it.
anything.
They are trying to push the lead as the like. He's kind of halfway between Jason Momoa and Charlie Hunnam. So like I've seen
The guy-
him being pushed. This Travis Fimmel guy.
Yeah. The one
So,
who plays Ragnar.
Yeah, like I've been seeing a
Vikings.
lot of stuff about him, but
I don't know if he'd be the main character, but he's definitely in there, one of the
Okay.
main
He's one of-
players.
You might emerge as that since nobody's
Gotta be
really kinda,
something
like,
for
wearing that
the-
badge.
For the male
well-
characters to jump on.
yeah.
The way that they have set it up is that he's kind of working against
Okay.
the
So he's
Emily
like the
Watson's
bad guy.
character, so maybe. We don't know yet. It's still unfolding.
And I haven't even really seen, like, just kind of in general, the temperature on this from people, whether people just kind of like it or feel like Carly or what. So it just
I've
really
heard
hasn't
good
been
or
on my
bad
radar
things
much at
about
all.
it.
Yeah.
Just
And I haven't
something
really
I
seen
missed.
it on Twitter or anything much. So just keep seeing movie shit on Twitter, guys. Always, all the time, man. Did you watch anything
But
else
I'd
new,
say-
Miss Carly?
The only other thing was I finished up we're gonna go over
Yeah.
that later.
Yeah, do it now. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say again that I watched the series finale of Penguin. So I think Brad finished watching that too.
Yeah, I
I did
did.
too.
Speaking
and so
of
did Coach.
speaking of transitioning from a movie to a TV show, I think it's a ringing endorsement from anybody I've talked to, read
Yeah,
about,
definitely.
heard from, that this is how
Absolutely.
you freaking do it. Like,
Mhm.
Which is so weird compared to, it's just so funny to see it compared to Dune Prophecy. And I know we are only one episode in, but still, even just that one episode, that first episode of Penguin, like blew this first episode away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
well, Dune's kind of fighting uphill because they have a lot of
Yeah.
history. Not to say the Batman doesn't have a lot of history or anything, but
Sure.
and it's unexplored history, so you can kind of make up anything you want. And a lot of people are like, you know what, this isn't what I want. But if you really if you want good TV, seriously, watch The Penguin. I was not on board originally. I love Colin
wasn't
Farrell's
either.
performance, but I'm like, do I really want to invest time into a C-list character from the recent movie? I mean, he was below the frickin' Riddler, and he was fun and stunning in the movie. And I thought, how's that going to translate to TV? Well, how did it translate? Perfectly. It is. It's mafia.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
old school mobs mentality with kind of new school situation and rules. Oswald Cobblepot in the comics, he was a fencer. That's what he was. He moved stolen goods originally. That's what and he bought himself the Iceberg Lounge, and then he just became what he was, a legitimate businessman, because that's always his dream. He wanted to be rich. He wanted to take care of the people that he loved, which was very few. And my God, do you ever realize how disposable people are around him
Mhm.
in the final episode? I'm not going to spoil anything, but when what happened, I was like, what the no.
Were you really surprised though? I felt like they had been leading up to that. I really did. Ever since the
I didn't really know, because the Penguin is, he's slimy, he's shitty, but he treated certain people right.
Yeah.
And
The flashback episode just made him
Oh, yeah.
creepiest.
despicable.
Yeah, after that, I
Utterly
was like, oh, well, there's
despicable.
no. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly where this is going now.
The redeeming qualities were not exactly ever going to make it, but you almost thought that he was trying to maybe redeem himself
Mhm.
a little bit, which is why what happened, which not for nothing, happened slow and long
Yes.
and very uncomfortably.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was probably. I got another show that I want to talk about, but I think it's pretty much the best show on TV right now.
How
As
do you
far
feel?
as something you could just sit,
Mhm.
watch. You don't need to have watched the Batman. You don't need to have any
True.
history. It doesn't
Just
hurt.
totally stands alone.
It doesn't
It
hurt. It
can.
doesn't help
Yeah.
watching that movie. But it's just fucking great writing, phenomenal acting, and my God, I love a female villain.
Mhm.
First of all, they're all villains.
Me too.
There's no good guys. Batman doesn't show up everybody. Like, yeah. But she what is
Just
the
a
actress's
bunch of
name?
crabs pulling each other down.
Oh my God, that's a perfect analogy. But what's the young lady's name that plays
Sophia? Oh, well, I don't know her
Christine
name.
Maloney?
Maloney.
That's her.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I like
That's her name now, everybody. We've accepted that.
It's the mother from How I Met Your Mother. Is
Yeah, she's perfect.
yes,
She is absolutely perfect.
she's
Clancy
been on
Brown was perfect.
a nice trajectory. Kristen Milotti.
Oh,
I
okay.
like your version.
La 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 la.
Yeah, I like that better. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that.
That was good. I have a question for you guys. I haven't still yet to see the Batman. I own a digital copy of it.
Mhm.
Do you think the penguin is
Do
going
you
to be...
own it?
I own a
Do
I
you-
mean,
Do you own a
But
digital
do
I have
copy?
you
access
own it?
to
No.
That is-
You have
yeah,
access to
yeah.
I have
currently.
access to a digital copy until they decide to take it away from me.
You have a VHS tape of this Batman movie you're bragging about?
Okay, right. But I wonder is the Penguin, do you think, going to be required viewing between the Batman and then the next Batman?
So I'll give you a short version that the Penguin makes the Batman a better movie.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
I
You know what?
agree.
It's
Yeah,
something I've been
100%.
excited about for a long time. It's just one of those things that always falls by the wayside because there are 5 million fucking things I want to
Sure.
watch, and that's
The
just where
Batman's
it's landed.
it's a little incomplete. It's a little bit predictable.
It's a little too long.
It is.
It
It
is
is a
long.
little long.
It was a good long movie, but
Um,
it was good, but it wasn't the greatest.
right.
And I'm not just saying a good Batman movie because I've seen great Batman movies. I've seen awful Batman movies, but it was a good movie, serviceable. I was not bored once, and Paul Dano was one of my favorite actors. So watching him do his thing, it's kind of like if you're a Batman fan, to show up for Batman for that movie, you don't. Like Batman was secondary to the story, to everything.
Mhm.
And I thought Robert Pattinson did a really good job. And it just, like you said, Coach, after seeing the Penguin, I want to go back and watch the Batman.
Yes, because while the Batman is happening is when the Penguin is doing his stuff, and
Yeah.
and Sophia Falcone is now in Arkham as it's going
Mhm.
on.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the titular part or moment in the Batman leads to our start of the Penguin.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really great connective tissue,
Mhm.
and it works really well together. And I don't
It's definitely
want
not shoehorned in.
no, and
So do
so
you
much
guys-
stuff has
Do you
been.
guys feel like this is the best show of the year?
Out of the ones I've watched, and I have watched very few shows this year,
Oh.
so yes.
I think for me it is
It-
right
it's
now.
it's top 5. I still really hold on to Blue Eye Samurai a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot that came out this year. That was
I
really
know.
good too.
Like
Except for
Blue Eye
that one
Samurai,
episode. That one
Yes.
episode got a little ridiculous. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Which one?
Where they
Which
go
one?
into
I
the
thought
castle with all the traps
Yes.
and
yeah,
all the
it-
music? Yes.
Oh, man.
I still
Come
liked
on.
it,
Everyone
but
likes
that
a
one
good
got a
trap
little
castle.
I know it got a little ridiculous with the music, just
Right.
the licensed music. That was the only gripe that I had. Great show
Yeah.
though.
I think when we look back on this year, this will be a top 5. I'm trying to remember like the
Yeah,
other
what
stuff.
else has come out?
I am not helpful here.
Not
Sorry,
either.
guys.
I watch a lot of movies, not a lot of TV.
Yeah,
Re-
exactly.
Recency bias
But
because
Blue Eyed
I
Samurai
really
was really
enjoyed it.
good.
Oh, I loved it.
Silo was pretty good. I
Yeah,
don't think that
Silo
came out
was
this
this
year.
year.
Did it? Was it? Okay, that was pretty
Was
decent.
that 3 Body Problem or something like that?
Yeah,
I heard that was
on
really good.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Man, they should be.
Frasier.
Google should be better than this.
Wait, you don't have this off the top of your head?
I mean, I should be
Coach,
better
we're
than
disappointed.
this. Well, I mean,
Right.
shout out the channel that doesn't shout us out. From has been amazing. Apparently,
Oh,
this
yes.
year.
Okay,
Yes.
I have not
Um,
watched the newest season.
I've heard nothing but good stuff about
let's-
from it as well. So
Brad, we have the second season of Shrinking is out.
Yes. Yeah, Shrinking's been absolutely amazing.
So I mean, like,
yeah,
there's
there's
little
been
things.
some stuff. It just seems like everything is so far apart.
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
been a consecutive banger after banger after banger. So you watch TV and then you go to an old favorite. So you watch reruns of
Mhm.
Cheers, which is what I do.
okay.
Or I'll
Comfort
throw
TV,
on
man.
anything, just
Yeah.
pop it
I
on
mean,
just to
I
wait for
could
the next.
say X-Men 97 just because I really
liked X-Men
I
97.
really like that too.
I'm still pissed they killed Gambit.
Shogun was the big one this
What?
year.
Spoiler. I'm just kidding. I haven't seen that.
But you
I
saw
did
it.
listen.
Everybody
didn't,
knows
but
it.
I didn't know that until you
You
literally
liar.
just said that. But no,
Well, I'm
I
lying.
swear.
It didn't happen.
But I will say that I was really excited because at Barnes and Noble I did see a Goblin Queen figure, and I did not realize that is part of what the whole X-Men 97 storyline was about. I have been
Mhm.
waiting for them to do a Goblin Queen
Mhm.
like story. So I'm really interested to see if they actually did it justice, because that is probably one of my favorite X-Men story arcs.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I was extremely satisfied with X-Men 97.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that show
Um,
provoked tears from y'all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I cried.
Oh, I cried a couple times for doing that one.
And you
Wait,
get
that's
to
on
see-
Disney Plus though, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's why I haven't seen it yet. I don't have
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
and you get to see
There's too much shit.
what is it? Freaking Bondage Magneto.
Yeah.
Oh my god. New Halloween costume just dropped, guys. Bondage
Yeah, I have to do a lot of shit
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, Penguin is top tier viewing.
Good.
Now I'm gonna do a compliment sandwich where something I love and then something I hate and then something I love. So with something I hated was I got roped in like a lot of people, and I watched the Mike Tyson
Oh,
fight.
Me too.
Oh.
Me too.
That
Well,
was
I'm
so
gonna-
fun though.
Mike Tyson contest.
It was a
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's ass.
Exhibition fight? You mean exhibition
That's
fight?
what. Yeah, exactly. That's what. That was.
Yeah. Yeah. And
The women's
I-
fight was good.
the
it
women's
was
fight
very
was
good.
amazing.
That was
Yeah.
whew.
Yeah. Well, she punched her forehead open.
You know what?
Definitely.
She
Yeah.
headbutted her forehead open, then
Yeah.
proceeded to punch her eye almost out of her forehead.
Yeah. No,
Guys,
that
I
was
don't-
a good fight. And then there was the 2 hours of them showing up to the ring. And
Oh my god, you mean just Jake Paul?
Oh,
And
Jesus, I
then-
was like, how long, dude?
it was a
was a
bad WWE thing. It was
And
just
they-
Yeah.
they slapped at each other for a while, and then a long while, and then a longer while.
Right.
And I'm like,
you know
Guys, I
it's
don't
not
know.
going to be good when a boxer shows up in a knee brace.
Oh my, I
Oh my
know.
God.
And then
Yeah.
listen, and then before the fight even came on, my poor husband, he was like, Tyson's gonna kick his ass and blah blah. I'm like, babe, he is
I never thought that.
58. I realize that he is a real boxer, and I'm sure he does have a lot of strength, but he's 58. I was like, this is Tyson is Rocky from Rocky 6, Rocky
Yep.
Balboa.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
He just needs to go the distance. Okay. He's not going to win. He just
No.
needs to last all the rounds. And he
Right.
did. So,
And he did.
I think that
I
there
mean,
was
I
a-
know they
What
did
do
that.
you mean it wasn't?
Yeah.
there was a definitive. I think everybody above a certain age wanted to see one of the Paul brothers get their just dessert.
Of
Oh, yeah.
course.
And listen, Mike Tyson
Yeah.
is a reformed bad guy. I
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
wouldn't say he has paid for his sins,
Maybe not.
But-
yeah.
but he has definitely become a better person than he was.
Sure. Of
Yeah.
course.
So that's why you kind of had like anybody over a certain age was like, I hope he just whips the heck out of that kid.
Well, I mean, nobody likes. Sorry, the Paul brothers. For however you feel about them, okay, they have taken this. They have made plenty of money
yeah.
with it. They're good-looking dudes. They're charismatic. They're fun. They're young,
Mhm.
They're a-holes.
and we all
Yeah.
hate that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I got roped into this shit because I just happened to be. Everybody asked me, "Are you watching this?" And I was like, "I don't give a fuck about tennis or volleyball or whatever the fuck sport this is."
Mhm.
And I ended up just having FOMO that night, just hanging out on Twitter because everybody was watching it. So I was like,
Mhm.
"Fine, guys, I'm putting it on." And then I ended up having a blast with this. I thought it was so much fun. Twitter was off the hook that night.
Well,
And-
that following social media, watching the fight was probably more entertaining
Yes.
than the contest itself because it was lame. Everybody wanted. You know what? I don't even care if Mike Tyson got his head punched off. You know, I just wanted to see something.
Yeah. And also
It's
Netflix get it
Boxing.
together.
I wanted to see a fight.
Oh my
Like-
God. Like, did they not
Jesus.
know that everybody is like either has Netflix or they're going to at least sign up for Netflix? I mean,
For
I
that,
don't
yeah,
even-
it was huge.
Yeah, right.
And if they're wanting to host like NFL around Christmas and that kind of shit,
Yeah, good
I
luck
mean,
with
you better
that.
get it the fuck together
Well,
way better
that's-
than you did for this fight.
That's what I'm so curious about with the
Mhm.
whole, like, I'm curious how many new subscribers they pulled in,
Probably a lot.
because if you're going to have an event like that, like, the whole point of Netflix is people are on and off at different times.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
like, you're firing at your servers, and the whole thing is like, it's not all at the same time. If you're going to do live events, the whole thing
Everybody's
is now
on there.
everybody's at the same
And-
time.
That's
Mhm.
what you want. You want everybody there.
But you got to be able to
Oh, yeah,
post
you gotta
that
be able
and
to
like
do it.
actually
Load.
provide it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
well,
compartmentalized loads, which sounds like an adult film title, but that's what they're used to. But they were not ready for like this, like massive, like everybody's on this one thing.
Right.
Because like one friend that I was like messaging with that night from Twitter, he was having to watch shit that was like he wouldn't like bring it up to like whatever was current from the live. He was
Mhm.
watching like 10 minutes behind. So I already like had seen the outcome of this fight, and he didn't even know yet because he was like, I'm afraid to move it because every time I did, it would buffer and
Right.
be a mess. So I'm just
Yeah.
letting it sort of play out. And I just
Yeah.
think, I mean, I get it. This is I don't know if this is the first time Netflix has done something like this,
I
honestly.
think it was.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a learning
Crazy.
lesson. You have to have some forgiveness for something like that. But hopefully, it was a learning lesson that gets this enormous company that makes just extreme amounts of money,
I
like
think they do
whatever
pretty
it
well.
is that they need to do to get this
Mhm.
shit together for the future.
Yeah.
Especially if they want to become like a serious player in this field of broadcasting live sporting events.
Well, which you think they want to because that's what's happening now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the downside of the comment sandwich. So the other compliment is
Okay,
more,
there it is.
it was more television because I have not been to the theater in forever because now things playing anything I want around here. So speaking of movies that turned into TV, everything, Day of the Jackal popped on, and I saw about it a while ago, and then Coach threw up and reminded me, says, pretty good. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to check that out. So Day of the Jackal, if anyone knows the movie, it is about the international assassin, the Jackal, and a series of assassinations that he has to go on. Now, I really didn't know anything about this other than just the title, which had me hooked because I liked the movie, both of them. And I know the Jackal itself from books that I've read that he is a chameleon that works with heavy makeup, gets himself into character, and goes on these things. He's not a runner and a gunner. He's a very cold, calculating killer.
Okay.
And then I saw who played him, and that's Eddie Redmayne.
Oh.
From The Danish Girl, from The Theory of Everything, the Potter movies. I am such a fan of his. And my God, does he pull this off so well. He plays one of my favorite characters. I know John Wick, Leon the Professional, Grosse Point Blank. I love Assassins. That's my bang for whatever reason. I love the Gentleman Killer. I love the Gentleman Bad Guy. And he has just some poise and promise, but he can turn on the evil with a cold stare that'll chill you. He does not look too crazy physically imposing, which makes him even more scary.
I think that shit's scarier for sure.
Because when you see a big guy losing his shit, you don't care.
Right.
When you see a little guy being imposing, you know, this guy is serious. He knows what he's doing. And Eddie Redmayne pulls this off so well.
But he also blends into the weeds really
He
cool.
does. He is not an extraordinary looking person.
Yeah.
He's attractive, like not too conventionally, but he just very unassuming. And he is followed by MI6 agent Bianca Pullman, played by Lashana Lynch, who does an amazing job. And she's under the tutelage of Leah Williams and Chikuti Iwuji, which they're just, everybody is so damn good in this. And the whole premise, it's only 6 episodes, which is really great. But there's a, I don't even know, who would you compare him to, Coach? Because you also saw the show, as far as a tech genius.
We don't want, you get pulled in the trap of saying an Elon Musk or.
Yeah, I don't want to say that.
And you don't want to
say because they're not emulating anybody in particular.
Wait. Are you saying that Elon Musk is not the genius that he portrays himself to be? How dare you?
I've never met him.
There goes Scene Invaders off of TikTok. Okay, but yeah, like I would say the guy is almost like I don't want to say a Wozniak type rather than a Jobs type, but yeah, it's more of a Wozniak, an actual number cruncher creator rather than a promoter capitalist.
Yeah, he's a legit tech genius that develops software that is going to be launched, and the software kind of shows where the money's really going. Now, himself as a billionaire, he's on talk shows and stuff. He's not very, look at me. He's just promoting his stuff. And he's like, well, where the money's going? You're a billionaire. Aren't you afraid that you're going to see where the money is going? He's like, no, I have nothing to hide.
Right.
Now, there are other factors of people that have lots to hide.
Yes.
So when this app or whatever software shows how money is really filtered, it's going to look really bad on them. So they hire the Jackal to kill this man.
It basically treats all money like the true nature of what blockchain is supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah, no, well said. And that's so you have one of the richest men on earth. So presumably one of the most protected men on earth is going to be hunted down and assassinated by the greatest assassin on earth. And then you have MI6 trying to stop them. There is intrigue. It's jet setting. And I will say one thing. And if I've seen anything from movies, the downfall of most successful ne'er-do-well characters is they have somebody that they care about and it always fucks them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's an
tried and
easy
true.
out.
Yeah.
It's an easy out for a writer.
Goodfellas, Casino, Wolf of Wall Street. Everybody always, because you're human, you can't keep a secret from somebody. If you're with somebody, they know all your secrets, and they should.
Right.
Especially if you're an international assassin bent on killing a
Okay,
billionaire.
Facts.
So all you potential international assassins,
So, like, no, me.
getting ready to kill billionaires.
Right.
Tell your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your partner, this is what you do for a living, and it won't fuck you.
Okay, there
because I think that's kind of where it's going.
I think it was Coach that said that this had a European backdrop that gave this like a slightly chillier and like
it's very cold. It's very I equate it to the movie Ronin with De Niro and Jean Reno. So like there is it's kind of like what the Bourne Identity is to like the Schwarzenegger Stallone blow 'em ups. It is a more intellectual with like a cold drab backdrop.
Grounded.
Okay.
Yes, like you're not going to see much like Michael Bay had nothing to do with this.
No, they
that's good.
They get rid of it. Yeah. No, it's
I mean, nothing
flashy.
wrong with Michael Bay, but
no, if you're in the mood for
that hair's kind of wrong. I don't know.
if you're in the mood for ridiculous explosions out of no reason when there is no incendiary devices around, you watch Michael Bay.
Totally.
There is nothing better than the clips of like epic like a cat hits a dog and then it just fades to black and has like the song going with Michael Bay, directed by Michael Bay. Like there's a series of great memes on that.
Yeah, I'm 3 episodes in, and it's just getting better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It legit just gets better. Unlike the Dune, the first episode does hook you.
Okay.
And
wait, what is it on?
Peacock.
Paramount?
Peacock.
Okay.
On the cock.
Is it
releasing weekly? Yeah, we're on that.
I think it's all out, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
it's already all out.
Yes, there's 6 episodes right now. I just finished the 3rd one.
Did they release it weekly, or did they just drop it all of it?
I think they dropped the entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're at this like crossroads of some are dropping all of it and some are
going
back to the weekly thing. So way to confuse us, guys.
I think the different streaming services are doing different things.
Yeah,
I prefer weekly always. But.
I think this podcast stands for the weekly drop for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
So Brad, I was
going
to say,
no, you're good.
I know that you said that you like hitman movies. Like, have you seen Mr. Right?
Yes, I have.
Okay, what'd you think of it? That's a fun one, Chad. You should watch it.
Okay,
it's good.
The love story is a little weird.
Yeah, it is
weird.
There is the age
fun
difference. It is fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
The
I
age
love Sam
difference.
Rockwell though.
Sam Rockwell is one of my absolute favorites.
Yes.
As
if I was Anna Kendrick, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
But
I don't care about the age difference.
Well, you especially love Sam Rockwell and Argyle, though. That's like his top.
Listen, I've loved Sam Rockwell since Lawn Dogs. Okay.
Okay.
I've loved Sam Rockwell since Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yes.
Okay, I forgot he was. Yeah, that's right. He was in that.
Yes, he was.
So there are.
You didn't know he was in that, though. You didn't know he was him.
There's only two syllable words that can ruin my day, and one is Argyle, and the other is Comet.
Comet.
What's wrong with Comet? I love that movie.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! It's on now.
Oh, we're gonna fight.
Oh my god!
We're gonna fight.
So that's kind of it's an inside joke that that's Danny's like favorite movie, and he finally convinced us all to watch it after I think we forced him to watch Mac and Me.
Oh god!
Oh god!
No, he lost the contest.
He lost the contest, and we just threw it. Hey, you lost the contest. You have to watch Mac and Me.
Yeah, that's
and he's like, you guys made me watch Mac and Me. You have to watch Comet.
I liked Comet. It's not for everybody, but I liked it. It was a different movie.
Well, there you go. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
Okay, so I saw Landman.
Landman.
Okay.
So I started with Day of the Jackal, and then I pivoted over to Taylor Sheridan. So Taylor
Always a safe
Sheridan
bet.
is the new it guy that just prints money and does really good TV shows. I'm really enjoying the second season of Linus. That is not
Yeah, I like
the
Linus.
blanket carrying peanut character. That is an actual Zoe Saldana CIA murder mystery. But Landman is basically a story of the oil industry and how they procure the lands that they develop. It is star-studded with Billy Bob Thornton, Ali Lauder, John Hamm. Oh, come on, she was Demi Moore. Like everything, every time you turn around, there's just another person. In the first couple of episodes, who's the fast-talking sidekick from Ant-Man?
Oh God.
Luis.
I don't want to.
I don't want to either.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the white guy about this. I really don't want to be the white guy about this.
Michael Pena. There it is.
Michael
There
Pena.
you go.
Woo, we're all safe.
Okay, that was all right. That was all right.
We're off Twitter, but we're all safe.
I did Google Ant-Man Mexican, and it brought it up.
Yes, let's go.
Thank
you,
you,
Google.
he's Mexican. He's just Hispanic.
If it gave you Paul Rudd in a sombrero, I would. Jeez.
Well, that's what Grok or like. Yeah.
I see Paul Rudd play his character in a sombrero now.
Listen, it is a poncho and a sombrero.
Yes.
Listen, it's Taylor Sheridan, so like you're gonna get one sort of kind of view of things, which I'm fully fine with. Like I've enjoyed the Yellowstone, I've enjoyed Lioness, like I'm fine for it. I can bounce back and forth between the different views of the world. This is just a lot of fun. There is a scene where Billy Bob is, he is basically the middleman between the oil companies and the landowners. So there's all these crazy scenes, right? His daughter is dating the number one football player in all of high school in Texas. So he's basically a celebrity.
Yeah, you're one.
And he's dealing with that. He's dealing with this. Like, it's really good. I just don't want to give away too many things.
Okay.
There's one quote that's been going around Twitter that everybody's like, really? This is a Taylor Sheridan movie? And it's hilarious, the look that Billy Bob Thornton's like. His daughter is very shocking and upfront with her promiscuity. So just to see Billy Bob Thornton like straight stare her is hilarious.
Okay.
Really good. I'm looking to see more out of John Hamm. And Demi Moore is supposed to just come in and be a whirlwind. So just another hit for him.
Having quite the resurgence.
Yep.
She never went away. She was always solid, but
no, I know.
I like to see her.
Yeah, I just haven't seen her in anything.
I like to see her. Like
she's on her second comeback. She kind of had that first comeback in the Charlie's Angels, where she kind of like wasn't in stuff, and then it's like, oh, Demi Moore, she's 50 and looks amazing in this.
G.I. Jane and striptease, and
And I mean, I've seen that she's been in things, consistently over the years, but it's just nothing, like stand out like The Substance or like this show.
Well, there's so
That's
much
good. I'm glad to see her.
competition now.
Yeah.
So,
would you say that was better or worse than? Do you think it's like how many episodes are you in?
So there's only 2 that have dropped. I'm only in the first one. This is a weekly one on Paramount Plus.
I was about to ask.
I would say Landman is kind of like at the level of third season Yellowstone, where like the first 2 are just amazing, the greatest thing ever, and then like it's a little dip, but it's not bad. It's still good.
Which Yellowstone?
I feel the original. I would assume
it's not the dated.
The dated one is good.
Yes.
I had to stop.
I'm
sorry. I had to say. Yeah, I had to say that. I have to say though that I did stop watching Yellowstone in the second season. I I like the writer. I like him because I love his movies. Mud, Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water has the greatest
So
scene
good.
by a non-actor. And it's when Jeff Bridges
ordering the food.
Yes,
Yep.
the lady with the bat wings.
Which one you want?
Yeah,
which one you want?
Which one of these don't you want?
You gonna get
Excuse
this?
me?
Yeah.
Some guy tried to order trout.
That whole movie is so good.
Yes.
It's a good movie. I haven't seen that in forever.
So yeah, like I put it as mid-range Yellowstone, slightly below Lioness. Like it's all good, you know. Like I didn't really dabble with the date Yellowstones. Like there's a 1700.
I like the first one they did.
The 18.
The first one they did, the 18, whatever it was. Yeah, that was really good.
Harrison Ford was in it.
Was that Harrison Ford or Faith Hill and?
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw was the first one that they did. That's the one that I watched. I haven't watched the newest one with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard that was good though too.
Yeah, I mean, like all of it is absolutely good. But I'm going to, before I hand off to Chad, because Chad and I watched the same two movies.
We did.
As you guys do.
I have to blast Regal.
Do it.
Tear
him up.
From around me, if I drew a circle 25 miles out, I have 14 movie theaters within a 25-mile radius near me. You know, basically like within 10 miles, I probably have 8. So like I'm usually pretty blessed when it comes to being able to see things. However, my Regal sucks, where like they play the same movies and like I have to go see other movies at an AMC. Like when I saw Sing Sing or, you know,
I never even got that shit. Fuck.
Like, yeah, Sing Sing didn't even come to the Regal near me. And like I sat in a movie that Chad and I will discuss shortly, and I'm watching the trailers for it, and I'm like, none of this is going to be shown in any of my Regals. So like Chad had talked about a movie, and I drove up, paid full price for this instead of using my Regal Unlimited card. And it's like, what are we doing here? It's the same 5 movies.
Yeah. Agreed. And if you have 20 fucking screens in your thing, like let's diversify, guys. Like,
and that's what I'm just gonna pull it up right now. I have Fandango up. I'm clicking on my theaters, and this is how all the places are called. We have the Regal Downingtown 20. We have the Painters Crossing 9. We have the Edgemont 14. Like the Brandywine 30.
Holy fuck.
And and out of the 31 is basically like that's where I had to go see the Kieran Culkin movie.
Okay.
Oaks 24. Like all these things, like it's over 20 screens, and I can't get any diversity.
You can't get any kind of.
You're the new Canada coach.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, but
then where is my health care, damn it?
Okay, right there it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind the healthcare. I can deal with the shitty movies.
I have to be so thankful right now because the AMC that's closest to me, it's like a 7-minute drive from me. It tends to get the most diversity of any of the 4 AMCs in my area. And I wouldn't think that honestly from where I'm located, but I get a lot of stuff and a lot of art house shit. They have that AMC Artisan series, which I looked through my thing recently, and everything, the last few things were all AMC Artisan, which is their art housey type shit. And
there's
so thank you, AMC.
There's a movie called Flow coming out that's animated with a capybara and a black cat.
Yes,
that's all I have to say, and everybody wants to go see it.
Me,
there's no humans. It's animated. There's a capybara, black cat. Done. Sold.
Yeah.
There's
You're killing me, man. I'm not getting
that. Kristen Stewart and Stephen Yen play avatars falling in love. I'm watching all these amazing trailers. There's something like Nickel Boys coming out that's supposed to be amazing. But they're not coming near me.
Okay.
And if they're not coming near me, they're definitely not coming near Brad.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Brad, your theater's still playing Twisters?
Twisters, right? It still has Twisters, and it still has
wow.
The freaking Furiosa still playing.
Oh my god!
What? Oh my gosh!
Mad Max Fury Road is still playing.
Wow.
And that's the thing. There is all these amazing movies, and I poo-pooed on my art house one too. Like, they're carrying Wicked instead of other stuff. They've carried,
they gotta bring in that money though. Like, I get it, but like also this is what you're here for. So art house me,
Damn straight. All right, so I saw 2 movies. Memoir of a Snail. Chad, I'll let you run with it.
Run with that snail.
Guys, I'm not gonna cry. I already did that on the internet over this movie. And this is, hold on, let me pull up my page just so I have the best.
Follow Chad on Twitter.
No, I don't know about that, but so yeah, this is a stop. Oh god. Well, no, it's on YouTube too, guys. I cried on YouTube, guys. So it's out there. But this is a new stop motion animated R-rated film from director Adam Elliott. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's going to be a movie this year that had more emotional impact on me. This is about Grace and how she deals with loss and death and tragedy and loneliness. And I felt so fucking seen by this movie. It is so deeply sad. It's deeply sad on just like another level of deeply sad. But it also, in the end, does come to be, I said joyous in my previous crying on the internet shit about this. I don't know if joyous is the right word, but
I would say a content.
Yeah, there's definitely that for sure. There is a certain joyousness to it in finding that content.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie absolutely it shook me. I was an absolute disaster by the end of this movie. And then I had to sit in my car and get my fucking life together for a little while before I could even drive away from the theater from this movie because
not laughing at you. I'm just saying it's a good visual.
No, it hit me so hard, and it's just so. It's beautiful. It's poignant. It's funny. It's sad. It's
kind of animation and so incredibly real.
Yes,
where it picks apart life and makes it into a series of little events that turns the absurd into such a believable reality.
Yeah,
that you can't help but attach your own failures and non-actions to the characters along. So you're almost rooting for yourself as you're watching this movie unfold.
Sure.
The character deals with hoarding, being used sexually and emotionally, being picked on as a kid, and they just kind of battle through it.
Yeah, it's very much like I said in my thing. It's about the things that we do to ourselves to almost kind of punish ourselves for things that we don't really even need punished for, or the things that we imprison ourselves.
Yes,
and it's so much about that and kind of recognizing that sort of in a way, and then overcoming that. But it's like I said, this is R-rated, so this is an adult themed film for sure. I mean, there's a key party in it, for God's sake, in a stop motion animated film. But it just hits so hard because there's this humanity to the movie, and this you see Grace through this like very humane lens in it. And I think most adults, especially like as you reach more toward like our age and stuff, you've gone through a lot, you've been through a lot. And there's something here that I think most people are going to be able to latch onto and take away from it.
It reminded me a lot of Anomalisa, which came out a number of years ago by Charlie Kaufman, which is it's stop motion animatic, but it is more reality based, and this is more caricature based. It's done by an Australian stop motion creator, director. He won an Oscar for a short called Harvey Crumpet. You can see it. That's on YouTube. And Marty and Max was another one.
Yeah, Mary and Max. Yeah,
Mary and Max. I'm sorry, I always put Marty in there for some reason.
I haven't seen it, and I need to now, but I'm scared because I cried so much at Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah, there's such an absurdity
podcast
to it.
of just animation, because like the medium is so untapped. Like, it is my favorite medium and such. And one day when the movies come here, I'll actually watch them.
And this film is beautiful to look at. It's really it's lovely.
That's one of the things I really enjoyed about it. What was that one that was the robot and the dog?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how these animators that are not employed by Disney or DreamWorks or whatever, these small independent people can convey so much with something that should not work.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's good story, it's good setting, because you can make the setting whatever you want.
Right.
You can turn the weather into whatever you need. You can put shadows wherever they should be. I mean, I know you can have a CGI in modern films, but when the entire thing is animated, they set the rules.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this movie does that for sure.
There's a D
that's what
story.
I love.
There's like a C or D line story in this about a character named Grace. No, not Grace. What is her name?
Marty?
Pinky, which is
Pinky.
It runs alongside and it affects the A and B story.
Sure.
But it's such a just little character that comes in and out of her life that is the most eccentric person you've ever seen.
But ends up having a ton of impact on this story as a whole, for sure.
I mean, to me, this is going to be a buy, because I would like to see the physical media of this, because I want to know the story behind the story. Mm-hmm. I want to know, like, how does this get developed? How does this?
It's so deeply personal, for sure.
But it apparently isn't. Like,
God.
Like this, it seems like it happened to this guy, and
he
put himself in it, but it's not. You know, like, and it's funny, like the names. Sarah Snook is the voice of the main girl. She's from
Succession.
You have Eric Bana. You have Jackie Weaver playing Pinky. I mean, Brad, you may know Nick Cave does a voice in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until now, but hell yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a definite buy for me, because I think this is one, like, I definitely want to go in and out of this. I don't know how many times I'm going to just, like, top to bottom watch it over again.
It's a lot.
But I think there's a lot tied to this that I'd be very interested to see.
Yeah. And for me, I'm going to say that this is, for me, my top, at least I haven't seen Flow, and hopefully I get that in my area, but this is my top animated film of the year, even over The Wild Robot. It's a very different movie in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
The Wild Robot is family friendly, whereas this is not. But this one, I've had a lot of movies impact me on an emotional level this year, but I don't think anything quite on this level. Like, I mean, it really left me kind of shook in my seat at the end, because I could relate so much with Grace. I've been through a tremendous amount of loss over the last few years. And I saw me in a lot of ways, not precise ways exactly, but there are these like roundabout sort of ways that it's trying to show you that the things that loss and grief and loneliness and all that kind of shit can do to you, to affect you. And it's for every adult out there. This is, I think, an absolute must watch. It's entertaining. It's funny. It's sad. It's fun. I don't know if fun's a good word for it, but
I will say
entertaining, sad, and funny. And
the first 10 minutes, I was like, Chad, what have you got me into? I'm just like,
you got me.
And I'm like, I am randomly here at 10 o'clock. The staff did not care for me being one of the last people in the theater, and I am in there alone watching this.
I was going to say, I was alone in my theater.
Theater. And I'm like, I have driven this far. I have taken this much time. damn it, I'm going to make it through this movie.
Sure. But you're glad you did, right?
I 100% am.
Yeah.
The other movie I saw that Chad and I both saw it's called A Real Pain. Jesse Eisenberg's directorial debut.
And I think he wrote it too.
Yes, he did. He wrote and directed it. Mismatched cousins reunite for a tour through Poland to honor their beloved grandmother. Kieran Culkin is the other main star.
And he's spectacular.
He is. However.
I was waiting for a butt or a however.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have a butt, but so I'm glad to hear his.
The problem currently is everything that Kieran Culkin is in. Kieran Culkin is Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
it's kind of like Jason Bateman in a way.
Yeah, it's starting to kind of be a little bit of like, like he's good, but is he good because we like the actor, or is he good because of how he portrays the character?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I'm not super familiar with his work. He's on what show is he from?
Succession.
Well? Okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen that, so I'm not familiar with his work, but he blew me the fuck away in this movie for real. And if that is the same character, then yeah, maybe that diminishes it a little bit. But I left thinking, God, Kieran Culkin, this is his movie 100% in every way.
It's two cousins, and it's basically an odd couple, and they both kind of resent the other for what they've become or what they are. And it ultimately plays out among the backdrop of them visiting a Holocaust site in memory of it was like a grandmother's type of thing.
Yeah, she left them money so they could take this trip to kind of experience where she grew up and how she grew up as a Holocaust survivor. And that's something that we're told she never really ever discussed in her life or brought to anyone.
And Jesse Eisenberg is very reserved, and Kieran Culkin, like, everybody loves him, but then hates him, but then loves him, but then hates him.
Yeah. He's great at that. He's great at that.
I will say it grated on me a little bit where I started disliking the character, which I believe I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree.
The good thing was this was an hour and a half. So it was like, this could have easily suffered from...
like 2.5 hour syndrome.
Oh, yes. Like
fucking, what's his name? That comedian, the one who makes the 2.5 hour long.
Oh, the Apatow 3 hour.
Thank you. Yes. Shut up, Apatow.
Funny people.
Yeah, you didn't.
Okay, they were funny for a little bit, but they're not funny for 4 hours. Let us go. Yeah. Real Pain is, to me, it's kind of it's halfway between a borrow and Pat. What's our rating again?
A borrow and a buy.
No, other way.
Oh, a borrow and a burn.
No, I wouldn't burn it.
You're burning.
So it's a borrow.
Yeah, it's
borrow or rent.
Yes,
rental?
I'm not going to say burn the Holocaust movie. No,
we're
definitely going to just borrow this one.
Yeah.
What was that Hispanic guy's name?
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
Paul Rodriguez.
Let's go. I must actually going to agree with Coach on this one. I thought this was a very good movie. I thought Kieran Culkin was extremely good in this. There were some things that I didn't love about it. And it's kind of hard to go into that without sort of spoiling it. There's not a ton of spoilers here, but you could spoil it. So I'm going to refrain from doing that because it's not a huge movie and not a ton of people have seen it. But I did think it was well done. But it just...
If I would have traveled 45 minutes to see it,
yeah,
I would have
feel that. I mean, for me though, I will say, like, I use Letterboxd 4 out of 5 or 5-star system, and this was a 4 out of 5 for me. But it's not, I don't think, one of the best movies of the year or anything like that. And one thing I learned in Coach, like, you'll definitely know this because you saw it after the fact, is that there's a scene, and this is not spoilers, where this tour group goes to these camps where Jews were burned. And they, I guess, blocked out all these scenes before this, but they never actually went to the location until the time of filming, so they could sort of get like the rawest emotions out of it. And it is a very like sobering sequence in the movie because you're watching a lot of like Jewish or Jewish adjacent people sort of feel for like what happened so long ago. And I thought that felt very real and very emotional. And I thought that was very well done. But I think sometimes like Jesse Eisenberg, I don't know. I mean, I know him as an actor more for sure than as a filmmaker. I didn't see whatever his previous film was. I think, what was it? Vivarium, maybe?
Yeah, there was.
I didn't realize did he direct that and write it too?
I know there was another film before that. I can't remember.
No,
I pulled Vivarium out of my ass, guys, so that could be way off. But
I mean, I've wanted to see that movie, but I haven't seen it.
He did When You Finish Saving the World.
Okay, I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah, that's with the Stranger Things kid.
But I think
not that one, the other one.
If he could get out of his own head and not insert these like quirky for quirky sake, like scenes into his film, I think he's really onto something, because there is this like real true there's like this witty banter that feels real and real life to a lot of this, but you can also tell sometimes that he's almost trying to shoehorn things in that like kind of don't fit in a way, and it sort of a couple of times took me out of it. But I think this is a good movie, but not something I probably really want to watch again.
Yeah,
but I do recommend it.
It didn't have the punch that I thought it should. Like,
yeah,
when I saw Zone of Interest, that hit me and stuck with me. And like when they actually go to the modern time in that, that had a just absolute, oh man, like, whereas this, like, I'm experiencing it through somebody who didn't experience it, that doesn't have a real strong tie, only a minor tie.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's good work. It's just,
yeah. It's not exceptional, other than, in my opinion, Kieran Culkin, and I thought he was very good. But again, guys, I'm not familiar with his like output as far as an actor, so I could be very off base with this, with him like having the Jason Bateman syndrome.
Yeah.
But I did think he was very good, and he's kind of, for me, the reason to watch this film. I thought Jesse Eisenberg was also very, very good.
I like Jesse Eisenberg.
I like Jennifer Grey as well. Like, I didn't realize until after seeing this that was her, because she looks so different.
She had a nose job.
Yes.
She got that nose job. She doesn't look like herself.
She had that years ago.
Yeah,
like
I know. But still, she just totally does not look like Jennifer Grey anymore since she got that nose job.
Well,
I'm sure she looks great, though.
She talks about being over in that area when her dad was doing cabaret. Back in the day. So she was a child on set when her dad was the Eddie Redmayne. Let's tie it all together.
Yep.
The Eddie Redmayne current character in Cabaret.
We do the bow.
I do have to ask you, like, if you're an Oscar voter, Chad, for supporting actor, are you voting for Clarence Macklin or are you voting for Kieran Culkin?
Clarence Macklin.
Okay.
100% all day, every day. It's a better film.
No. Or you're Boris.
Oh, see, I feel like. Wait, what is his name? Yuri what?
Yuri Borisov.
Okay, Yuri Borisov from Anora.
Yeah.
For me, Anora, right now, would be my absolute, without a question, best supporting actor nomination, because he just transcends this movie. He's so fucking great. And he's so quietly great. That's what's good about it. Because a lot of times you see in these things, like people like screaming, crying, like having these big, huge, like emotional moments. And yeah, he screams a little bit in this movie, but not in the way that you would think. And he left me just in love with him. Like, he has this power in Anora that is, he would win my vote. No question. And I would love to at least, hopefully, see him get nominated. It's unlikely, but I would love to see it.
I think it's going to come down to him and the Tooch. But
that could be.
But we'll we'll segue out of that of the weekly Dave and Chad corner.
It's a good corner.
Dave and Chad's art house corner. Fuck. I mean, that's kind of what it is sometimes.
I would love to join if I could actually see any freaking movies.
And honestly,
that's okay,
guys,
Brad. I haven't seen them either.
Yeah.
Well, when Nora out for real, and we
Me and Carly, we talk about TV.
Yes,
Batman.
That's right.
Listen, I am so excited to go over.
Discover?
Good, Dave. We go over Nora once everybody has seen.
When we've all seen it, we're absolutely doing
good.
a podcast about that because there's so much to talk about. There's just so much there. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. I cannot wait until you guys get the chance to see it, which probably won't be that long. I wouldn't imagine.
Yep.
Oh, I hope not.
So we'll segue to that. Let's play a game.
Oh, shit.
But before we do,
Before we do,
let's do it.
Play a game.
I will be right back.
Okay, there it is.
Right. She has to pause, so we're going to vamp for a bit.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, yeah, I've actually been looking at smaller theaters around my area, and there are.
I assume you have art house theaters for sure.
We do, but unfortunately, they are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to pay to get the blockbusters.
Yeah.
So I mean,
they have to pay to get the little ones too because they're tied to the other ones.
Double-edged sword. I mean, do you cook for somebody because you believe in the dish, or do you alter the dish because you need them to pay to eat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brad, my theater, the Blob Theater, just came out with their stuff that they're doing in January, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man 3.
Oh my god!
like you're supposed to be my haven. Like,
yeah.
It's
now, Guardians of the Galaxy is because it is, or is it the Christmas special? Because it's kind of Christmas. I mean, Iron Man 3 is Christmas centric.
No, this is gonna be January.
Oh, okay.
Black Panther, February 1st. Okay, like I get that. That's
Black History Month. I'll go for that, of course.
Thor Ragnarok, the 25th. Guardians of the Galaxy, January 18th.
Why are they playing movies that are readily available to watch anywhere?
Well, like some of them I get, like they have The Thing. That's something like I think you would love to see in the theater.
My god, I've never seen it in the theater, so yes, for sure.
Blade Runner is their classic film. Crowd Pleaser, Blues Brothers, like those are cool to see. But like, I'm not going on a Friday night to see Iron Man 3. They're doing a full day of Lord of the Rings.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I know.
Like I'm just looking at like the movies that are coming out that my God. This Friday, naturally, you have Wicked.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's
Gladiator.
Everywhere. And same with Gladiator. Yeah.
Red One. Wild Robot. I've seen it. Venom: The Last Dance. Yep. I don't care. Heretic just came out.
Yep.
A Real Pain. They're not. It's like a week late.
Yeah.
The best Christmas pageant ever.
I've heard of that, but it doesn't sound appealing to me.
The Third Man, the 75th anniversary.
So I could have gone and seen The Fifth Element tonight. That's exactly how I just felt.
Yeah.
Do I see Wicked early screening? Nope. Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Fifth Element. Yeah.
No, I saw that was in my theater this past weekend for sure, but I don't know. I'm a hoe for just big movie releases, so I have to see Wicked, even though I don't fucking like musicals all that much.
Know. If it wasn't getting good reviews, I would skip it, but it's getting good reviews, so I at least need to see if I agree with the people that normally don't.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big Wizard of Oz fan. Like it never did anything for me when I was a kid. I don't. Sure.
It was just
so
different.
Yes, it was very important for the time, and there's some shit going on for it and stuff. But
it was really good in college when I learned about the sync up with Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon.
Readily available drugs. Like then that was fun.
That's fun.
Well, yeah, I'll enjoy lots of things on drugs.
Okay.
But
And we're back.
We're back.
Game
And make
time.
everything
We're back to
better.
evolving.
All right.
I mean,
so
and there is a dispensary right beside my
Oh,
theater, so I mean, it's
lucky.
like I need to get to the dispensary, go watch shitty
Oh my
movie,
God.
and now if there was a freaking McDonald's like right out beside the other side of the theater, I'd be good.
Trifecta.
Yeah.
There it is.
So let's play a game.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it, man.
So
Mr.
it's
Coach.
1:15 in recording. This is where we can hit the little cut button and recut and come back. But it is the game that we're going to play is called Explain a Film Plot Badly. So this is
Okay.
how the game is going to go. I am going to explain a film plot badly, and you three will call out your name. Much like Timothy Chalamet, you shall say your name or call you by my name or something.
Call me by
along
your
that
name.
line. Whatever works best for what I'm trying to say, that's what we're going with. But you have to wait for me to finish explaining the plot badly. Now,
Okay.
if you ring in wrong, you cannot ring it in again. And then I will be able to give hints as we go. Now, some of these are a little more obscure, but for the most part, these are mainstream movies.
Okay.
The most obscure one is semi-recent, but there are main people in it.
Okay.
So we're going to start with number 1. A violent alcoholic kills a man and moves in with his widow, slowly integrating himself with her family and community until he controls the entire narrative of their lives.
Damn. I feel like I should know this because that sounds like my kind of movie.
Sounds
but-
very art housey.
An alcoholic
A violent
moves in with a
alcoholic.
family.
Well, he kills the man and then moves in with the remainder of his family.
Holy
Brad.
shit.
Go ahead, Brad.
Saltburn.
No.
Oh.
I was about to say I've
This
never seen that.
movie
Oh, it's
does
good.
not take place in the United States.
Hmm.
And it is a period piece.
Damn,
What
bro.
period?
Yeah.
Can you narrow it down?
So we're gonna go. Little Bighorn is. General Custard is featured at the beginning in stories.
Carly? Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I
Yep.
probably
No,
won't
you're
know what
good.
it is. I'm sorry. Is it that movie, The Blood Moon Flowers, whatever?
Chad.
That's not
Nope.
it.
Nope. But I think Chad.
I'm gonna go with Napoleon.
No,
Oh,
this
God.
is the Tom Cruise.
Oh, wait. I can't go again.
No,
Last-
go.
But it's the Last Samurai.
Well, that's Sam.
Yes, I
I've
was going
never
to say
seen
that.
it. I've
Sorry.
never seen
it.
As soon as she said Tom Cruise, I'm like, fuck, now I know what it is.
I've never seen
Ah.
it.
It's
good
one of
movie.
my
crying
husband's
Fantastic
favorite
movie.
movies.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
That was good.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, so
Yeah,
far
my
that did
favorite
not go
Oh,
well,
pretty
but
good. I
we'll
like
see what
this.
we got. Okay.
I don't want it to be easy.
A dude tells a story. He ends up not being who he says he is. In fact, he doesn't exist at all.
Carly.
Go ahead.
Fight Club?
Close.
Ah, okay.
Chad.
The Usual Suspects.
The Usual Suspects. Kaiser
God.
Sose.
Let's go.
That was good. Fight Club is
Not
great.
on the board, bitches. Let's
But
fucking
Fight
go.
Club is a very good guess.
Yeah.
That was a good guess, for real.
All right. So this one's going to be tricky. I think it will need hints. Everybody wants her for her body. He just wants her to leave him alone so he can swim in peace.
Chad.
Go ahead, Chad.
Splash.
Nope. It's a little bit later. Probably about, I'd say, maybe a decade later.
Okay.
Can you
Shit, man,
say
I
it again?
really don't know.
Say it again.
Everybody wants her for her body. He just wants her to leave him alone so he can swim in peace.
I'm trying to think of swimming movies. Swim
Yeah, me
Fan?
too.
No, it's not Swim Fan. It wouldn't
The
be
main
that.
character is revealed to be a mutant.
The Shape of
Oh.
Water. I really don't know.
No?
I'm just throwing shit
Wait,
out.
hold on.
Hey man,
Okay,
you
90s.
guessed. You can't guess no more.
Okay, sorry.
But thank you, because I was
Technically,
going
I
to guess
did
that.
too.
I was
The
gonna guess.
movie is considered a failure.
Like us at this game.
Okay,
Yeah.
no shit.
Can
dude.
you give us like any of the actors in the movie?
Yeah,
just
just
any
one
of them. Not even. It doesn't even have to be a main
Yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah.
The girl from Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh God. This is hard. Holy
This
shit.
is hard. What the
you
fuck,
didn't-
dude? I
no,
thought I was gonna
no.
like fucking kick ass at this game. Woo. Okay. It's in the 90s. We know
That's-
that.
Yes.
It's guy just wants to swim. Everybody wants the girl for her body.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. It's not Blue Velvet.
No.
Sorry, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, when you hear Dennis Hopper,
It shares an actor with Yellowstone.
Yes, it's Carly. Waterworld.
iCarly. That would be the Miranda Cosgrove show.
Is it Waterworld?
It is Waterworld.
Okay.
Damn, that's
I have never
good.
seen
Well
it.
done.
All the ones I picked, Chad hasn't seen.
God, I know. What?
Aw.
And I like
Oh,
Waterworld. I don't
guys.
care what anybody says. I liked it.
Okay. Death makes a deal with a businessman who has just died. Proceeds to ruin the man's business and cause him to be voted off the board of directors.
Brad,
Go ahead.
meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe Black.
I was
I
gonna
haven't
guess
seen
that.
that shit
Damn,
either.
dude.
So fuck.
That's a good movie. I like
It's a
that
great movie.
Fucking
And you have the
Claire
most
Forleone
authentic
or whatever.
Rasta accent ever.
Oh,
By the whitest dude ever.
Especially when he gets hit by the car. Oh my god,
That
that's
was
the best
great.
part in the movie.
Yeah. Everyone wants
Oh,
to see
this
Brad
one,
Pitt get hit by a
okay.
car.
So
It's just
this
becoming
one,
like a litany of things that Chad's never fucking seen.
Aw.
Somehow.
Hey, you're on the board.
this
Okay, Brad,
one
I am on
is
board.
going to be. I think this is the hardest one I have.
Oh,
Probably
fuck.
the most obscure, but I think I have good hints.
Okay.
Brother and sister go for a job. She gets the job and moves to the other side of the pond while he
I know,
is left
Chad.
home. Yes, Chad?
Parasite.
No.
Oh.
Brother and sister.
The
I mean, I
one
guess that's not
actress's
right.
last name is the sound a toy gun makes.
I know the actor.
So I know what that is.
Can't.
Okay.
I
Wait,
don't-
say
Brother
your
and
thing one more
sister.
time.
What is she?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Brother
brother
and
and sister.
sister go for a job.
You can't
She
guess
gets the job and moves to the other side of the pond while he is left home.
Damn.
I will slowly go through the cast
Okay.
and I can go like 4 or 5 out, but I've already given the lead
Yeah.
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 clue.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time thinking of what she's been in.
She's been in a ton of shit.
She's
That's
been
the
in
problem.
so many things. Florence Pugh. Let's just
And it's
say.
probably something I haven't fucking seen again. So
Yeah, right. Me too.
I probably haven't seen it either.
Vince Vaughn is in this movie.
I love Vince Vaughn.
Steve Merchant is in this movie.
Oh, I can too.
Nick Frost is in this movie. Lena Headley is in this movie.
Headley.
The Rock is in this movie.
Oh my god.
And he plays himself.
The Rock.
my God, I really have no.
I
fucking
know.
idea.
Listen, if this must be a newer movie because I am drawing a blank.
Came out in
I have-
2019.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Can currently be
Mhm.
seen on Tubi.
Oh.
It is
Brad?
a real story.
Brad.
Go ahead.
Is it Paige?
Yeah, well, it's Fighting with My Family, the story
Fighting with
of
My
Paige,
Family.
the
I've never seen
WWE
it.
wrestler.
I could not remember the.
Again, that's my most obscure one, but I figured, we might have seen it, and Okay. All right. I will try.
That's a hell of
and
a cast
redeem
for a
myself.
wrestling movie.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So the last word that I'm going to say is daily. The last word I'm going to say is daily. Girl has a crush on a grown-up man who drinks milk daily.
Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Leon the Professional.
Leon the Professional.
No.
We knew
Well,
Brad
there
was
you
getting
go.
that one. There it is.
Yeah.
All right, on the board with 2, baby.
All right. Let's see if I have one more to go to here.
I have a feeling you do.
Maybe
Just Google it.
Maybe this one will work.
Bad movie.
Maybe this one will work.
Badly.
Nope, that one will not work. Riff amongst yourselves. I'll give
Let's
you
make
a
up some.
I'll give you a topic.
2 homosexual automatons work their way through space.
2 what?
Homosexual automatons.
Moon.
Star Wars.
Just kidding.
Moon.
Is that what it was?
No,
Oh, I was like,
it's not Moon. That's a great movie.
Just more Sam Rockwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's talk about Sam Rockwell movies. Choke. Moon.
Yeah.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Mm-hmm.
Very good one.
Lawn Dogs.
Let's see here. I got
Green Mile.
one more. Ooh, this one could be.
Or you just call
Okay,
it
here we go.
912.
Last one. 90s movies. Lead actress is no longer relevant, but was extremely relevant at this time due to a band from Boston. So here is your film plot explained badly.
okay.
A big shot lawyer is oblivious to the shenanigans going on in his own house because he is distracted by a big case.
Oh, Carly. Clueless. Yeah.
Yes, that was
Dude, the
so
shit out of
good.
that movie.
Let's go.
Hey, man. Alicia Silverstone was in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. So, sorry.
Didn't she do something silly like tried to feed her kid like a baby bird or something?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
she like chewed up the food. And,
Yeah, it was something silly. So that is explain a film plot badly.
And I think
I ran out of titles.
I think we
Did
all
we
need
tie?
to run a version of this.
I got 2. I got Meet Joe Black
got
and Leon the
2.
Professional.
Oh shit. We got ties tonight. But I think
All
we
right.
all need to run our version of this. I think we should all come up with this
Yes.
shit and do this because that was fun.
was
That was
fun.
hard, dude. That was
Yeah.
I liked
hard.
that was hard. I liked that.
Yeah,
was
me
hard.
too.
Yeah.
I do. I'm really
got-
proud of the fact that I got that last one without any additional clues.
That was
besides
very
what
good.
you'd already given us.
And I've
But-
seen that movie 1,000 times, and I would have never got that. So I am clearly really dumb about this.
So I was looking to add on to that. I wanted to put something about like the Paul Rudd subplot, or they're that one I wanted to leave extremely vague. Just like
girl
Good
falls for
movie.
her
Good one.
stepbrother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. Well, Miss Coach, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That was so good, dude.
Roger that.
And I think we should, again, like I said, absolutely do this shit again. That was a good time. It made me think way more
Yeah.
than I thought it would.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
Okay, right. We don't have time to think on the Scene
Time to
podcast.
think.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. So before we sign off, what are we looking forward to seeing?
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What am
I'm
I
seeing
going to see, or what am I looking forward to see?
Okay, there it is. I'm seeing Wicked tomorrow. I'm seeing Gladiator 2 this weekend, and then Nosferatu still remains probably my most anticipated for the year, and Baby
Yeah.
Girl is up there pretty close to that one.
So
Yeah,
whatever
I'm-
Chad puts in the chat that he sees, I will eventually see this
Okay,
week.
right there.
Just usually on a 2-day delay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, I was really on the fence about Gladiator because it seemed like a sequel we didn't need. but
I'm not terribly excited for it, but I feel like I
just looking at the visuals and stuff, it looks like just a good movie. Mm-hmm. So I think the way I can divorce myself from it is actually don't even think about it as a sequel. Just think about it as a property that they're just dusting off again.
I'm not rewatching the first one before I go see this, and it's probably been 10 plus years since I've seen.
It's a good movie.
I do like. I always liked it. I used to own the DVD of it and shit. I thought it was good. But yeah, I'm here for the spectacle of it all and kind of a change of pace because it's not like anything I've seen recently. So that's what's kind of bringing me in.
I mean, it looks like the theaters are going big with Wicked. So
yeah. Anything you're excited for, Carly, coming up?
I mean, coming up, I'm not sure. I like
Nosferatu. I imagine you have to be into it.
No, that would be great. I hope that's a good movie. So I'm looking forward to that. I know it's not a new movie, but I am looking forward to finally watching Red Rocket and Anora by the same director.
Anora, absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can.
This is about to become an Anora somewhere podcast. Yeah,
right.
And I think honestly, it'll be home viewing very soon. I think.
Okay.
So,
I guess we can go with that. They may keep that in theaters just to try.
Or I was going to say they'll like widen it for sure. Yeah, because this is definitely like an Oscar contender movie, so they're going to like keep trying to put it in front of as many people as possible, in my opinion. So it's the kind of thing that you may show up. It may show up like a month or a month and a half fucking late, but it's going to roll out. What about you?
Okay, bye.
That was a big long pause.
You didn't share, Coach. What are you looking forward to, sir?
Whatever Chad sees.
Okay, there
it is. I will say,
glorious.
My theater that I have been picking on, my local one that has not been playing the greatest stuff. I am looking forward to right after Thanksgiving. They always do Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and then the first week of December will definitely be me seeing Muppet Christmas Carol on the big screen.
Well done.
Okay, there it is for sure. And thanks, guys. Thanks for coming back and listening to us and playing our game and all that kind of shit. And if you have any things you want to submit as like potential game pieces, I don't know what to call it. Yeah,
screw us over ideas. Go for it.
Bad movie reviews, but yeah. Otherwise, definitely subscribe to the Scene Invaders podcast channel. Subscribe to Scene Invaders. They're covering all your TV stuff. And we appreciate all of you, and especially anyone who's made it to this fucking point in the podcast every week, because I know that's a feat, but we have so much fun doing it, and we really adore you guys and appreciate you coming back.
Yes.
Good night.
Keep your socks on.
Keep dead ass. Wonderful. Definitely keep your socks on, especially in a stranger's house, guys.
You never know when you'll have to put your shoes on.
Oh, I've been there.
And run out.
I've lost so many shoes.